and he's coming up in weight to fight me. Hatton's 2 years older. Collazo is 3 inches taller according to our measurements, has an arm length advantage measured from the armpit to the end of the fist of 2 inches. They both weighed in at the 147-pound limit. Remember, it's Hatton's first fight as a welterweight, but rehydrating overnight, he goes up to 158, 2 pounds bigger than Collazo, who will enter the ring unofficially at 156. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Luis Collazo-Ricky Hatton fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3-knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case a cut is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim.
All right, because they're fighting for Collazo's title belt, Ricky Hatton enters first, and already the American crowd, or maybe the British people in the American crowd, have begun singing Blue Moon.
Well, Blue Moon, Jim, an old Rodgers and Hart song, is the anthem of Manchester City soccer team, for which Hatton's father and grandfather both played. His great-grandfather was a bare-knuckles prize fighter.
An amazing background. Emmanuel, people talk about the intensity of Ricky Hatton in the gym. It's becoming a legend in the sport.
Yes, and you know, I think his intensity and style of fighting is just as popular, more so than the show that Nassim Ahmed put on. It's very lovable. I love it. It makes me get excited just with his mere interest.
On the other hand, at age 27, he himself says he can already see the end of the road ahead. His ideal scenario, fight 6 fights, get to that marker by the end of age 30, and then move on, because maybe he knows that style could shorten his career.
I'm very, very happy to see that he understands and realizes that, which is unusual, because fighters who fight the style that he fights, youth, aggression, don't think about nothing, just do what comes in your mind, keep pressure on. They normally don't last beyond 30 and be effective.
Also, Ricky Hatton is very susceptible to cuts. He was cut over both eyes in his last fight with Carlos Mauza and has had plastic surgery to try to prevent it in the future. Collazo, for his part, says, I'm going to cut his eyes up because I'm too fast for him.
Collazo is a very confident Brooklyn kid. He feels he has the advantage in that he may be overlooked. And what has he got to lose here? This is his opportunity, trying to capitalize on Hatton making it an opportunity.
Collazo won his title belt from Worcester, Massachusetts, as Jose Rivera in a fight in Rivera's hometown of Worcester last year. He took the fight on 2 weeks' notice and capitalized. As he says, I'm always overlooked. I'm always the one who's supposed to be somebody else's stepping stone. I stopped Rivera's show. I'm gonna stop Hatton's show too. Let's see if he can do it as we go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, just 48 hours ago, a member of the boxing fraternity passed away. At this time, we would like to honor him. In 1952, he captured Olympic gold at the age of 17. 4 years later, 21 years of age, he became the youngest man ever to capture the heavyweight world title. In his career, he was the youngest man ever to become heavyweight champion. He captured the title twice, the first man ever to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, he will be remembered for more than just his blinding speed and power, his 55 victories and 40 KOs. He will always be remembered for his soft-spoken demeanor and his sportsmanship. Always be remembered for his humility and big heart. At this time, we would like everyone to please remain silent as we honor a fallen hero from boxing with a memorial 10 count for a fighter who will always be recognized as the undisputed gentleman of boxing, former Olympic champion and 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, the late Floyd Patterson.
Americans don't quit.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, as Floyd Patterson would have wanted it, the show will go on. Ladies and gentlemen, from Boston, Massachusetts, Banner Promotions Fight Academy, in association with Don King Productions, present the main event of the evening. Sponsored by Nemiroff and Hyatt Regency Boston. This is the WBA Welterweight Championship of the World. Sanctioned by the Massachusetts State Boxing Commission Chairman Nick Manzello, Commissioners Ben Doherty and Gary Litchfield. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this contest on the 10-point system will be Paul Driscoll, Leo Gerstel, and Don O'Neill. And when the bell rings, inside the ring, the man in charge of the action, referee John Zablocki. And now for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue and black, official weight 147 pounds, professional record a perfect one, 40 bouts, 40 victories, including 30 knockouts. The challenger, former light welterweight champion of the world, the undefeated fighting pride of Manchester, England, Ricky Hitman Hatton. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing green with silver, official weight 147 pounds. An excellent professional record consisting of 26 victories, including 12 knockouts, with only 1 defeat. Representing Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York, the reigning, defending WBA welterweight champion of the world, Luis Collazo.
Guys, I just need the belt, okay? Give it to the WBA. There you go. There you go. WBA. We'll come back to it. Hey, Charlie, can you get a couple deputies to clear the ring out? Chief second only, please. Chief second only. All right, fellas, you got your instructions in the dressing room. Let me caution you again. When I tell you to break, I expect you to break clean. Nope, don't punch and step back. Are there any questions, Ricky? Any questions, Louis? 12 rounds, touch him up as God bless.
Collazo said that he believes Hatton is looking past him to bigger fights. Hatton says he's looking through him to bigger fights. Only one can be right.
Emmanuel, it's not exactly a fringe fight, but I don't know if there's ever been more fringe in the ring than these 2 guys are wearing right now.
Oh my God, there's fringes everywhere.
Down goes Collazo on Hatton's first left hook. The very first big punch Hatton threw. Collazo seemed somehow unready for it, and boom.
I think he was a little bit out of position, too. I think Ricky had gotten close to him and got him out of position when he caught him with the hook.
And he savages him with 2 left hooks to the body and a 3rd left hook to the body, and Collazo's going to have to get into the fight at some moment. It hadn't happened yet.
Oh, I don't think he was that hurt with the first knockdown. I think it was more he caught him out of balance. He got crowded and got his legs crossed up and caught him.
Still, Collazo hasn't gotten off at all, and Hatton begins every exchange. And Ricky leads again with a straight right hand.
Ricky's got a good short right hand.
Uppercut for Hatton, and talked about the style. Even when he's away from the ropes in the center of the ring, Hatton will crowd you and make you fight every second of the fight.
Well, Collazo is showing that he thinks he is as strong as Hatton. He's standing and fighting instead of boxing which was supposed to be his advantage.
Well, maybe having been knocked down, Emmanuel, he feels as though he needs to make a statement of himself as a fighter.
Maybe not be all bad neither, because it seems like Ricky right now has slowed his momentum down for a moment there.
Collazo's body looks muscled and tough. He certainly doesn't look at all willowy in there compared to Hatton, but Hatton is banging away as though he feels he's the bigger, stronger man.
This is going to be a very exciting fight, because Luis is not boxing as I expected. I thought he would be moving, trying to be tricky, but he's going to go to him and fight him in close, which means there's going to be a lot of explosiveness in this fight.
Collazo takes another left hook upstairs and then looks at the referee as if to say he's holding me while he's hitting. Hatton, not waiting for the referee to make a ruling, just keeps going.
Step back, all the way back.
The referee, by the way, John Zablocki, is refereeing only his second world title fight. The first was on the undercard of a welterweight title fight in Worcester, Massachusetts last week.
I may be wrong, but it looks like they didn't put any Vaseline or anything on Ricky's face that much. It probably is, but it's not that much, especially in view of the fact that he's been getting cut in his last fight. That it could be a factor during the fight.
Hatton's left hook appears to bother Collazo again. Collazo talks to the referee one more time, and Hatton keeps banging away.
Hatton is going to keep that pressure on him all night long.
Perhaps somebody should tell Collazo this referee is not overwhelming experienced in title fights, and he better protect himself.
Damn, man, you know what kind of fight is going to get at. The ref can't help you right now. Yo, Lou, be dirty with him, too.
Steadily, yeah? And just mess around inside me too. Don't get too close. Look for that middle. Look for that middle. Finish on some straight.
Right here, you see Ricky came out as I thought. He crowded him, got him in a position where he wasn't really in position to keep his balance when he got hit. But nevertheless, Ricky's putting a lot of pressure on him, and you might see more of this as the fight progresses.
Collazo keeps looking at the referee, although, almost as though he's forgotten that he needs to protect himself at all times.
Yeah,
you heard the guys in his corner saying, calm down. Hatton steps on Collazo's foot, throws him down. Hatton goes to work on the body as Collazo once again hesitates.
Well, right there, Collazo is spending too much time crying and complaining, and Ricky's going to do just what he did with Collazo. Just keep on him, just be an animal. Don't worry about looking good, throwing punches and pushing him with his shoulders, elbowing him, roughing him up.
Blood, there's already blood in Collazo's mouth.
There must be quite a number of opponents who think to themselves during the first couple of rounds, nobody can keep at it with this kind of savage intensity.
You know, it's a lot of intensity, but I know that Ricky Hatton can do it. Ricky just got caught with a great right hook coming in.
Big right hook inside by Collazo, indeed. Good punch. Best punch of the fight so far for Collazo. Hatton throws a straight right hand up between the guard, bangs away with a couple of left hooks.
As I said, this could be a very explosive fight by where both guys getting caught with a lot of clean punches as the fight progresses.
Apparently, Collazo thinks that because he has been a welterweight all of his career, and Hatton a junior welterweight, that he can stand in and punch with him.
Now Collazo takes over the action and fires away, landing a combination, 3 punches, including a big right hand.
He has only 12 knockouts in 27 fights, Collazo.
He's fighting with Hatton now and giving a good account of himself in the middle of the second round. Collazo may not get to choose to box tonight. Hatton simply may not allow it.
Well, I figured he was going to be a problem early in the fight, regardless of whether he stood toe-to-toe or box, because he's got good reflexes and a fairly tough mental attitude, too. But Ricky still is going to apply so much pressure on him that he's going to have to be able to do this all night long unless he can knock out Ricky.
Already there's redness around the outside of both of Ricky Hatton's eyes. He has had plastic surgery. He has brought a plastic surgeon to the United States in case he cuts again in this fight. He was cut over both eyes by Carlos Mauza in the last fight before knocking Mauza out in the 9th with a classic left hook. There's a good straight left hand inside by Collazo. Backs Hatton off. Not that easy to do.
No, this is a good round for Collazo.
He gets room for his jab and throws it twice. Hatton bangs him into the ropes and crowds him again.
Break, step back.
Collazo is fighting with him, and even though I think he's winning this round, he's going to have to do this a long time. He should be trying to utilize his jab a little bit more.
Collazo landed another sharp right hand inside, spun Hatton's head to the right. Now Hatton with a huge right hand over the top. Don't look for a rest after Hatton hits you with a big shot. He's going to be right on your chest again.
Hatton said he expected to have difficulty early in the fight, so he's prepared for the way that the fight is going.
It's all hooking, it's all hooking. He's aware of it, he's covering between. Now and again, just finish on some straight stuff. And obviously, you're winning now fucking huge. But you're just a little bit over-eager, not catching him clean. With a little bit more precise patience, you'll catch him clean better. Finish on the left hook as well, especially when you're in close. Don't lunge with it, but finish on it when you're in close. It's always there. I want to give you some straight stuff. He's anticipating the hooks too much, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just mix up a little bit more. Give him some feints and that. I don't want you hanging around on the outside. No, I want the intense pressure, but a little bit smarter. You get a bit carried away with yourself, yeah?
Got it. No water. All right, seconds out.
It's yours, baby, all right?
Seconds out, let's go.
Copy box numbers in round 2. Collazo 18 out of 61, Hatton out of 17 out of 66. Hatton has thrown 66 punches in each of the first 2 rounds, landed 36 of them overall.
And you can see right there that even though Ricky hasn't been a welterweight, he's equally as strong as Luis is in close. And instead of, a lot of guys put pressure, but they put pressure at a distance. Ricky's putting pressure with shoulder pressure, head pressure. Very close, smothering you all the time.
And like I said, it's one thing for a guy to pressure you this way when he gets you to the ropes. Hatton does it in the center of the ring and everywhere you go.
It's very close, tight pressure.
Collazo is trying to follow the game plan of Oscar De La Hoya last week when he stood his ground and went at the aggressive fighter.
Yeah, but Collazo is a guy that punches much more accurate punches than Mayorga. In fact, I've referred to Mayorga as an amateur fight during the course of the broadcast, and I should correct that because a lot of amateur fighters are much better than Mayorga. He would not have been a good amateur boxer.
It's interesting that you say that.
Yes.
Because some of us racked our brains this past round. There's blood on Ricky Hatton's back. The blood comes from the forehead of Luis Collazo. Luis Collazo has blood streaming from the cut on his forehead.
That's an unintentional butt. Yeah, head butt.
It's okay, you better protect it though, okay? All right, it's okay.
Neutral, Louis, neutral.
Good job by the referee keeping order there. You heard Collazo say to the ring doctor, I'll protect myself. This is how he'll have to protect himself, by fighting back.
Good job, step back, good. Box. Work it free, fellas, come on. Work it free. Break, step back.
Every exchange features thudding punches on both sides.
Oh, yeah, they're both punching very good. It is, you know, Ricky, I've been surprised that Ricky's a strength in this fight also, but I forgot that when we were together before a few years ago when I was with him, he walks around normally around 175 pounds.
Hatton throwing more punches and landing at close range.
Break.
It's the process of doing this across a stretch of 8, 10, 12 rounds, which produces such effective results. 30 knockouts in 40 fights, and most of those knockouts the product not of one huge punch, but of constant severe attrition.
step back, step back. Listen, Ricky, listen, okay? All right, I got him. Watch. 10 seconds.
Collazo going for broke on a big left hand. Now misses over the top.
Well, he's fighting Ricky's fight.
In that round, he certainly did.
Yep.
I want that body, man. I want that body. Can't nobody put pressure on you to hear me. You can't breathe. And let the dark in. Let the dark in, coach. Let the dark in here. Make room for the dark. Let the dark in.
Here you can see the accidental butt which came in because the heads collided, which either guy really could have got cut. It's just unfortunate that Luis was a victim, but it could have happened to either one in this particular situation. In fact, I'm surprised that Ricky Hatton didn't get cut.
Hatton must have a pretty hard head. If you saw the CompuBox number graphic earlier in the between round period, you saw that both fighters are connecting at the same connect percentage, 29%. Hatton has simply thrown 70 more punches than Collazo so far. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, 29-27, 2 rounds to 1, Ricky Hatton. Jim, if that cut was caused by an accidental headbutt, if the bell rings to end the 4th round, we go to the scorecards if the referee stops the fight because of that cut. If it goes, if the cut is made worse beyond the 4th round, we go to the scorecards. If it gets stopped before the 4th round ends, it's a no decision.
Collazo landed a straight left hand flush. The crowd oohed and ahed. Hatton took it pretty well and comes back with a fusillade of body shots. Takes a big right hand upstairs from Collazo. Collazo shaking his head as if to say, you can't hurt me, but that usually means he's being pressed.
Look him free, fellas. Come on, whip those hands. Step back. Whip those hands free on the inside, fellas. Come on, both of you.
Collazo's averaging only 13 jabs per round. And that's a statistic that goes with what you said at the end of the last round, Emmanuel. He's fighting Ricky Hatton's fight.
He's fighting Ricky Hatton's fight. And even though right now I have it back to tit for tat, it could be going either way. But I just know that Ricky is so strong inside that I don't know if that Luis can continue at this pace.
Hatton fights in a style that tests your manhood. Is there a necessary urge on the part of the opponent to try to show you're enough man to fight him?
Yes, but the one thing he does, he smothers guys. He doesn't give them much of opportunity to box. He forces them to fight his fight.
And the will to do that comes from what people tell us are astonishing gym workout routines, including one in which he will 15 times go through a routine where he hits the heavy bag for a minute, runs to a bar that's 4 feet high, jumps 40 times over the 4-foot bar, then back to the heavy bag to hit the heavy bag for another minute. Incredible.
Incredible, but it's typical of him. I saw him one time shadow box almost 6 rounds without any rest by himself, and that was when he was just starting. No trainer even in the gym.
Step back.
That's part of what he calls the method to his madness. Extreme conditioning, coming forward, smothering the punches, not just winging his own punches.
Well, he realizes that, he isn't a slick fighter, so to say, and he's not tall and not crafty, so he's making the best out of what he's got.
Hatton's trainer, Billy Graham, was himself a fighter, won 12 out of 14 fights, retired at 22 to have fun. Then later at age 37, utterly destitute, living in a pension house with no money at all, he went back to the gym to try to rebuild his fighting career. Realized after a couple days it was madness, he couldn't fight anymore, decided to become a trainer. Now he's got Ricky Hatton. He owns 3 houses.
And Ricky Hatton's got a tough fight on his hands. Brooklyn is in the house. Paulie Malignaggi, all of the guys from the hood. And his parents.
There's Ricky and Ricky's parents, Ray and Carol Hatton. You met them in the feature piece. Brother Matt Hatton sitting there with them. He's a fighter also.
He's sometimes a little bit
Yeah, you can see some concern on their faces.
Everybody wants to excuse him to lift his chin up. You're not turning him up to lift his chin up. Yeah. Not bad though, you win every round, yeah? Well, we've got to win the fucking battle. It's a murderous pace. Can you keep his pace up here?
right here you can see Collazo land a tremendous short right hook. And it's very interesting because he's a taller fighter and he's punching very effective with short punches to match Ricky at a short distance.
Through 4 rounds, Ricky Hatton has thrown 289 total punches. 245 of them are power shots. Harold Letterman gave the last round to Collazo, narrowing the fight to a 1-point margin. And that 1 point, of course, was produced when Hatton knocked Collazo down in the first 10 seconds of the fight.
Step back, step back.
So Luis Collazo has gotten himself back on track and in the fight since being knocked down in the first minute and seeming to be a little bit late arriving.
He seemed to have gotten his groove. His confidence level has picked up, and I see a little concern on the face of Ricky, particularly between rounds.
Collazo's landing. You saw him land a brilliant 1-2 moments ago, and he grinned about it because he likes the fact that he's able to reach Hatton easily.
Yeah, he's fighting a very good fight right now. If he can hold up, as I said before the fight, mentally it's going to be a big challenge for him to hold up because he's going to be challenged all the way throughout this fight. But if he holds up and can stand up, he has a very good chance of pulling off a big upset tonight.
Step back, don't punch, don't.
This is a round in which Hatton hasn't gotten a lot done yet, and Collazo has had a couple of marvelous combinations.
And this is the style that I thought Luis would be fighting early. He's sharp shooting, picking his punches, and moving in and out, fighting a very intelligent, tactical fight now. Fighting his fight more so than Ricky's fight.
Straight left hand lands for Collazo. Hatton pauses before coming in. Hatton showing more and more respect for the accuracy of Collazo's punching and Collazo's relatively fast hands.
And this is the fight that Collazo was expected to fight. He's punching and getting away. And
I just want to take a look at it.
they're going to have another look at the cut on Collazo's head. We're 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in the 5th round, so we're past that 4-round barrier that Harold Letterman described to you earlier.
Yeah, it's okay. This corner work on it. It's fine.
Louis, neutral corner. Stay there, Ricky. Stay there.
Compliment there for cutman Mike Rilla. Good left hand by Collazo. Hatton ate leather.
Is Hatton not coming in as hard and as quick as he was earlier, Emmanuel? Because that may be why Collazo feels that he can just stand, move a little, box, and throw volumes of punches.
well, I think that Collazo has hurt him on a few occasions, which made him slow down just a step slower, enough to give Collazo a chance to get his rhythm.
Exactly
And
right.
now he's got his rhythm to go on right now, and he's fighting a perfect fight. He's finishing up his punches and moving away, keeping a distance.
This is a huge round for Luis Collazo. Ricky Hatton has backed off, shown a little bit of respect, and as the result of that, Collazo has gotten room to put his boxing skills into play. He proved his toughness early. Now he's beginning to fight his fight.
He's fighting a brilliant fighter. It's going to be a rough night for Ricky if he can't get his rhythm going anymore.
Hatton went quietly to his corner as Collazo taunted him by pounding his heart.
You're good. You're good. Are you stay focused, son?
You do the fight. You're doing it right. I got you. Looking good. Just give him some back. Just come on that. All right, let him think. All right. You're doing good. You're right. You're too light. Americans don't quit.
Hey, how's it going?
Sit him back, repeat it in 1776, we're going to beat him again.
And I lose. I see you about to catch that zone. Just keep it short.
Then you'll get the ball.
Visit from Don King.
Try and get him in the
Well,
side.
evidently, Don King feels that his fighter, Luis Collazo, is on his way to a victory.
You can't throw him down there.
Come on, now, Ricky.
You okay?
Seconds, let's go. Bobby, get that corner.
Round 6 of a scheduled 12 upcoming. Crowd in Boston getting their money's worth. Quite a percentage of this crowd simply standing all the way through the fight. They don't want to miss a second of the high intensity between Ricky Hatton and Luis Collazo. Let's see if Hatton can get back to being more aggressive in the 6th after having backed off a little bit and allowed Collazo to dominate the 5th.
Yeah, he's going to have to try to start fighting his smothering type punching at a tighter distance, because as long as he's giving Collazo a little space, Collazo is pinpoint punching and moving away and maintaining the distance.
Hatton needs
Just
to jump
like that.
Collazo and mug him the way he did in the first round. It's hard to get that close when Collazo's landing his shots the way he did in that series of combinations there. Luis Collazo feeling it. His confidence is soaring now. Straight jab. Hatton walked into it trying to come in.
By showing that he is a fighter who can fight on this level, Collazo is giving Hatton a chance to really make a statement if he can come through and win.
You know, I never liked this fight when I heard that it was made, because I thought it was a perfect opponent to be a problem with, and I respected Ricky for taking this fight. But, you know, it's turning out to be much more difficult than I expected at this stage right now.
Well, Hatton, for his part, says he doesn't want easy fights. He only wants difficult fights. Easy fights don't mean anything to him.
Well, it's a different thing. These guys come and have a great following, and when everything is under control-like situation in Europe, and even Naz, he never was that superstar in terms of his performances over here. He had rough fights over there with Wayne McCullough, Soto, and many other guys. He never was as devastating as he was over there in England.
It seems that Collazo has made a better adjustment to Hatton than Hatton at this point has made to Collazo.
That's a good assessment, Larry. I agree with you.
And maybe the first round misled Hatton into thinking this was going to be easier than it is.
Yes.
Step back, guys. Step back. Come on, guys.
There's a thudding right hand from Hatton.
Step back. Let him go, Louis.
Collazo comes back with a little thud of his own. Collazo missing over the top with the left hand, but Hatton ties him up.
Don't punch. Step back.
It's been another round in which Hatton's offensive thrusts have been more sporadic. Collazo has been more fluid, landing punches through the round. Little body shot lands for Collazo there.
Step back, don't punch.
Hatton seemingly uncertain as to exactly how to rip, how to get off, how to go back to the savage intensity which defines his style.
Let his arm go.
Hatton taking one to give one. Collazo had another good round of boxing.
Right. You're still not picking them shots inside. You're still being a little bit too over-ego. But at least he's throwing a few long shots now. We're taking it about Alvin. He's throwing quite a few long shots in the last couple of rounds, and he's missing a fair bit, yeah? That's got to take a little bit Alvin, which will give you more gaps. Don't throw the shots if the gaps ain't there. That was a
Load up, yeah. Just give me fast shots, hard shots to the body.
Looking good, Jim. Looking good. Good. All right, let's go. This is your time, man. Okay, kill it. All right. That's the lead.
Stop taking it over there, baby. Sure.
We got you. We got you.
Coach, you better get down. Sorry.
Your turn.
Seconds.
There was a moment after 3 rounds when Ricky Hatton was credited by CompuBox with throwing nearly 70 punches more than Luis Collazo. In the last 2 rounds, Collazo has thrown more than Hatton, landed more than Hatton, had a 42-24 edge in connected punches over those 2 rounds. Harold, you got an even fight right now?
Okay, Jim. 57-56, 4 rounds to 2, Luis Collazo. Jim, a southpaw gives you half the body to swing at. You're always angled halfway away from you. Ricky Hatton's coming straight in, and Luis Collazo's getting off first with that right jab and that straight left as Hatton comes in. Luis Collazo, I've got him winning 3 rounds in a row, winning by 1 point because Hatton scored a knockdown in the first round.
Collazo lands a sharp right hand there. Still making better contact. Yes, Larry?
I have the fight 3 rounds apiece, which means I have that Hatton ahead by 1 point.
Hatton trying to make an imprint again as he steps in and takes one to give one. Collazo going back to the body, which is a smart play at this point.
Step back, step back.
Actually, I'm impressed with both fighters. You know, Ricky Hatton is out here in a different situation out here than he's ever been in, and he's still fighting with full intensity and determination all the way. And Collazo, who's never been on this level right here, is competing extremely well and actually fighting a fight that's the type of fight that he wants right now and doesn't show any signs of time.
Ricky, neutral. Quickly, get that tape. Trainer, quickly, tape.
All right, now retaping the glove of Luis Collazo.
You see that Collazo's back and his front, in fact, looks like a mural. He calls his back the evil eye, which means he's got his own back covered.
And his chest, and his arms. Kind of like Hatton's trainer, Billy Graham, who is also multiply tattooed everywhere.
You see, even though Hatton has been losing, you see, as soon as the referee told him to continue, he ran out and threw a right-hand lead off the bat. Still, it's such a challenge to fight a fighter like that. And I don't think he's going to ease up at all throughout the entire fight.
Well, Hatton's trying to put his aggression imprint here on the 7th round and stem the tide. He's well aware that the momentum in the fight for the past few rounds has belonged to Collazo.
Don't hold his arm on the inside. Come on, guys, work free on the inside. Box.
Referee John Zablocki says don't hold on the inside. They go back to holding on the inside. Gets off 3 body shots. Hatton just working harder in this round than in the preceding 3.
Yeah, but you know, both guys are very determined. And Collazo is a very strong mental guy.
One thing that Hatton has done, however, he's landed by far the more effective body punches. Will it take its toll in the last third of the fight?
Usually does. Collazo's landed body shots too in the last couple rounds.
Hey, step back, good job. Step back.
When Hatton would last have heard any chants for the other guy, but some members of the crowd were chanting Louis, Louis, Louis.
Well, like I say, this is not a Manchester crowd. It's a lot of people here from Brooklyn that's here cheering for our fight also, something that Ricky is not used to cheering that type of a crowd support.
Step to one side and rake him an uppercut. You're just slamming away. You're just slamming away. And to be honest, you bring yourself down to his level. Yeah. You're in a fight here now, Ricky. I'm telling you, you're in a fight here now. He ain't much to go forward. Are you pushing him? He gonna be on you. Let him slide right into that uppercut and then hook. And then turn him, all right?
And turn him.
There you go. Keep turning him. That's all you gotta do.
He can't do nothing better than you, Louis. Just focus in. Focus in. Short shots. Get your hands moving now.
Let him feel like you're pushing on him and then step. Boom. Short.
By CompuBox count, the momentum swung again in round 7. Collazo 15 out of 51. Hatton 21 out of 72. Hatton more active by 21 punches. Hatton landing more shots.
That was just Collazo being a little off balance at the start of the round, just as he was in the first round.
Helps Hatton's cause, though, as he tries to do eye-catching things to regain the attention of the judges. Round 8 of his scheduled 12. Luis Collazo lands a sharp right hook, as he has several times through the fight.
Step back, step back. Work your hands free, guys. Work them free on the inside. Come on. Work them free. Work them free.
Louis, Louis, Louis again.
Step back.
I'm just amazed at the condition and particular determination of Ricky Hatton. I mean, he's fighting just like it was the first round.
Well, this is the test to which he hopes to put a series of opponents here on American soil. This is what he hopes will earn him the chance to fight Arturo Gatti, Miguel Cotto,
hold on the inside.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., maybe Oscar De La Hoya. They are all within range of his weight.
Step back.
He's got his hands full tonight here, but right now, I think the momentum has swung back to Ricky because he's fighting at shoulder distance right now, using his head, using his shoulders, and smothering Collazo. Collazo has to have room to shoot his little sharp punches.
Hatton is a very physical fighter. This kind of stuff that you're seeing here, body punching, leaning his body into his opponent, takes its toll.
Hatton in the 7th round made a visible commitment to go back in closer and amp up the pressure on Luis Collazo.
Yes.
He seems gradually to be bending the fight back in his direction by doing this.
Yes, and if you notice when they break, the referee breaks, watch how quickly he gets to his man. See there? Right away.
Hard right hand by Collazo. Hatton shows his beard is good at 147.
Yep, and you're going to see right away he's going to go right back in again. Even though he may be getting caught, there's a lot of pressure. Look at that, he's looking. As soon as the referee moves, he's right on his man right away. And it's not just a slow pressure, the foot pressure that he puts on us, which is so effective.
Hatton throwing and throwing. Collazo. Combinations to the body. They trade upstairs. Brilliant fight in Boston. The home of John L. Sullivan. It all started here. Gloved fighting in America. Huge left hook by Hatton. And another chopping left hook.
And he's shooting a lot of the short right hand leads. As soon as the referee moves, he runs in and pushes a little short right hand right through the middle.
10 seconds.
Barging his right hand through the guard, basically. There is zero finesse in what Ricky Hatton does.
I'm not that familiar with those proper words like you are, Jim.
Actually, he says there is. He says I'm tricky.
You right there, son. You right there. All you need to do is, I need a short shot. Walk him back to the ropes and work him. He tired now. He just looking for a home run. Don't give it to him and just work, touch, let the hands move now. With short shots. You got me?
You've got to start giving some little bit of angles inside. It's card. Yeah? You seen him? Right. Come on, Rick. Now we get up a little bit. Don't let him get back a hold of his fucking fight there. Listen, you be smart now. Now he's tight to dwindle a touch, but he's still got a bit of fucking life in him, you know what I mean? Start, just touch angle and start touching up. At this stage, they're raking with it. Fucking raking with it.
Hatton's type of pressure fighter wore down an older Costa Zoo over time. Will it do the same to a younger, eager fighter like Collazo?
The last round, between the rounds, was the first time that I studied Collazo's facial expression. I think he's starting to give right now. I think the pressure is starting to take its toll on him right now.
Well, this might be the numerical indicator. Luis Collazo threw 40 jabs in the 5th round. That's playing his game. Has averaged 20 jabs per round since then, and they are diminishing. That's playing Hatton's game.
Time. Get this glove. Last time. Get this glove tape. Let's go. Get it taped. Bobby, when they come back to the corner, make sure those gloves are taped.
This is why in some states, which actually the first one was New Jersey, the commissioner hasn't started with that type of a tape, which was duct tape, which really doesn't come loose.
Stay there, Ricky. Stay there. Box.
And then California picked it up for that same reason.
Never saw this referee before. Like him, Emmanuel. Very authoritative and clear in his instructions.
Yes, he is.
Collazo trying to invest to the body. Hatton trying to chop away upstairs.
The pressure that Hatton puts on with his feet is just tremendous. Before the referee get out of the way, he's almost running past the referee.
You know, earlier tonight, when we were talking about this fight and about Hatton, we called him an aggressive fighter rather than a crowd-pleasing fighter. Certainly his own crowd at home is pleased by him, but you can see this kind of muscling, close quarters fighting is not always crowd-pleasing, but it can be very effective.
Well, that's the reason why our star producer in the truck, David Harmon, disagreed with me when I said it was a brilliant fight in Boston. I was thinking of the intensity of the action. He was saying, hey, it's not terribly artistic, and that's true. Good uppercut by Hatton. Big hook by Collazo. Ricky walks right through it. His left eye is closing fast now, though.
Yeah, he's got those high cheekbones, and I was kind of expecting that. I thought the other eye would have closed first. But nevertheless, he's the type of guy that won't let nothing deter him.
His left eye's closing first because Collazo's been way more effective with his right hook than with his straight left hand. It's right hooks in the past 4 rounds that have closed the left eye.
There's that little short right-hand lead that he shoots almost every time.
Of course, the way Hatton fights, he could fight this way in the dark if he can spell the opponent. He'll find him.
Whatever the outcome of this fight, Collazo has done himself a lot of good here in terms of his visibility and showing that he belongs on the big stage.
Absolutely.
Cutting right hand inside by Hatton. Got the Britons in the crowd excited. It's more the relentlessness, though, than any one punch.
Yeah, Hatton is not landing the type of the clean. The clean punches are mostly being landed by Collazo, but the continuous pressure is still being affected by Ricky Hatton.
And though Collazo had his moments in that round, they were fighting Ricky Hatton's fight again.
Straight. Wait, whoa! Inside, you've got to step to the side and get up so you can get that uppercut on him, right? Listen to me. Step to this side, get the uppercut on him, and then you'll get the pit of the stomach. Just 10 minutes, you know what I mean? Just a little step just to give you some room. You hear me?
Keep him going back.
Right. You're the champ, Lou. Come on, baby. Soak it up. Do it.
Work that eye with that jab. You can't see that hook coming back around. Give me good.
Don't let them take this from you, champ. Come on. All right, let's go home with this.
There you go. Thank you.
3 more.
Right here you see a clean punch right there, and those are the punches that's catching the attention of the crowd, because the punches landed by Collazo are clean punches where Hatton's head is going back.
Combi box numbers through 9. Collazo 150 out of 520. Ricky Hatton 186 out of 572 with a numerical edge in Power Connects. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim. 86, 84.
This is going to be ruled a slip.
5 rounds to 4. Ricky Hatton.
Shit on the inside, okay? Let's box.
Jim, I was going to say, I thought Ricky Hatton pulled out the last 3 rounds with that constant pressure. He's coming at took the lead by 1 round or 2 points. It's the points that count. 86, 84, Ricky Hatton.
Hard right hand by Collazo, right on that shutting left eye of Hatton's. Hatton keeps coming, jumping inside, putting the pressure on Collazo. Blood coming from the nose of Luis Collazo now. Hard left hand by Collazo. Hatton dives right through it. Good body shot by Collazo. Big right hand upstairs. Collazo trying to change the momentum of the fight back in his own favor.
Yeah, Hatton is coming in now, but he's not getting off. He gets in and uses it right now. The guy who's getting off the punches is Collazo. Even though Ricky is coming in, he's not effective. There goes the tape again on the gloves. See, that's why the commissioners have to control it. You got so many different trainers are bringing their own brands of tape in, and a lot of the tape is just really no good.
The referee warned the corner that he didn't want to see that tape come loose again. Do you think he might penalize them?
I don't know, but it's good discussion. Big championship fight, champion of the world, major television, and the fight continually being interrupted because the trainers don't have the proper tape.
Yeah, but you'd hate to see a penalty because of something like that, particularly in a fight that may be 1 point close.
That's correct.
Right hand by Collazo. Collazo retreating in full in this round, but occasionally standing his ground to land, scoring some good flurries. Hatton having more trouble getting at him than was the case in the preceding 3 rounds.
Yeah, this is going to be a very difficult fight to score.
And the judges are all from Massachusetts: Paul Driscoll, Leo Gerstel, Don O'Neill. Those are not big names in the judging community, which doesn't mean they won't do a great job.
Well, you know, sometimes the judges go for clean punches, and sometimes a lot of the old-time judges particularly like aggression. And when a fight is very close back and forth, they go with the aggressive fight.
Okay, I got him. Box.
These guys, the judges who are here, do not have the kind of track record which tells us what style they might favor. We can make that statement from time to time about Las Vegas judges because we've seen so much of them, not these 3 men. 7 seconds left in the 9th round. It's been an interesting round in which Collazo has reestablished his boxing style.
Nerve, get that right over. Hey, Louis, we need these rounds big. All you need to do is throw fan shots. All right, that left hand, just get on your back foot, man, and make that left hand count. Under and over. The jab, just stick it and keep good deep. You hear me?
I want these 2 rounds. I want these 2 rounds big. Yeah? You're in front. But don't start taking chances like them. So, do you want some more drink?
No. Heineken.
Right here, when Collazo was on the rope, you see both guys landing right hands at the same time. Both of them had about the same amount of effect.
But the fight shifted in the 10th. Collazo, whose punch count had been dropping, threw 62 punches in the 10th. Hatton, whose punch count had been rising, drops to 45 shots in the 10th. Hatton landed 17, Collazo landed 19. It was a close round in terms of those numbers, but the style seemed to favor Collazo.
Yeah,
now we go to the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, the momentum has changed once again. Collazo seems to have got new energy and new confidence, and all of a sudden he's coming out fighting his fight again.
11th round, 12th round, these are the areas where Hatton's non-stop, all-energy style are supposed to pay off.
But by this time, his opponents, if they're still standing, are usually standing on the ropes and getting nailed. And Collazo is fighting with him, standing right with him.
And the adrenaline from the crowd is coming to Collazo.
Collazo, you know, Collazo's a bigger man. He's not used to fighting guys this big, and also guys, as I said, who have a big following. And when they started losing, they have a motivation from their corner and from the crowd themselves also.
Chopping right hand over the top by Hatton. Wraps Collazo before he can throw anything inside. Collazo lands another right hook. Hatton just throwing everything he can throw.
Let him go.
Chunk. Hatton's stamina apparent now as he tries to lift the punch count again. Again, 2/3 of the crowd simply standing up all the way through and watching, not wanting to miss a second.
Good job, box.
Very emotionally charged fight, just going back and forth, back and forth. The one thing that has never changed at all throughout the course of the fight is the intensity of Ricky Hatton.
Which is in itself eye-catching and could influence judges.
It could, even though the punches landed have been changing back and forth to the advantage of each guy, but the intensity of Ricky has been consistent throughout the entire fight.
Hatton lands a left hand, 2 big body shots. Collazo backs him off with a hard left hand.
Nice left uppercut to Ricky Hatton landed right there between the gloves, too.
Another uppercut by Hatton. Might have needed to try that punch earlier in the fight. Collazo in the last 2 minutes of this round has seen his punch count drop again as Hatton has barged forward and imposed his aggression on him.
He's just indefatigable. You just can't stop him from going forward. He takes a punch so well, uses those short arms to advantage on the inside.
Let it go, man. You got to let it go. Hey, you got to hit him strong. 2 minutes drill, Lou. You got to work on it. You just got to. Come on, baby. No, I don't need no one shot.
You got to put it together.
We don't need no one shots. We need the short shots and good defense. Short, come right back. Come. Don't let them steal this from you.
Come on, champ. This is it. This round you got to win.
All right?
Ricky Hatton's parents showing what would appear to be considerable concern.
They have a good reason to have a lot of concern.
Nobody's singing Blue Moon here.
Fuck off. We're nearly there. Yeah? You're going to give me fucking 3 minutes of mayhem, yeah?
There you come on. This is it, son.
Combi box numbers at 11. The fight reversed again. This time, Hatton jacked his punch count up to 72, landed 31. More than twice as many as Collazo, who was 14 out of 51. What happens in the 12th round now with the fight potentially on the table? Big uppercut by Hatton. Big left hand by Collazo. Hatton momentarily seemed to be stunned by the left. This will be called a slip, and it gives Hatton some time to recover from what was a solid blow.
I'm trying to see if he was hurt by that.
As Collazo ran across the ring to ask the same question, Hatton hit him with a left hook. And now misses a left, does Collazo, and Hatton gets in a left and a right. First 40 seconds of the round have been kind enough to Hatton, except for two big shots. Collazo lands another straight right hand there.
And, you know, if Collazo would wait until Ricky Hatton started punching, pull back and let him miss, and then kind of he would catch Ricky every time, because Ricky is off balance after he throws his punch. But for the most part, Collazo was sitting right there trying to lead him.
What a rally by Collazo here! Lands a right hook and a big left hand. Suddenly sees his momentum in the ring. Hatton was hurt by that shot.
Yes, he was hurt.
He's badly hurt now. Ricky Hatton holding on. Collazo looking for a 2-point round, which could conceivably win him the fight.
And I don't think Hatton has experience that hold on in a fight like this.
Hatton has stayed on his feet, so Collazo is not yet guaranteed of a 2-point round.
No, if Ricky can tie him up, and that's what Ricky's doing, don't even try to push, just tie him up, smother him, stay close.
We're midway through the round. Hatton seems to have regained his legs.
All he has to do is to stay close. Don't worry about punching him. Don't give him too much distance. Just grab his arms. Rest him, tie him up, fall down if you have to.
Big left by Hatton. Stops Collazo on the way in.
Great left hook.
Never did a man lead a left hook more than Hatton did right there, and he got it. Hatton seizing the initiative again, taking away Collazo's chance. It's been a fight all the way. What a job Luis Collazo has done of establishing his own identity and reputation in the fight against 2005's Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year.
A brawling, caterwauling battle.
And heck, it didn't do, but I thought Collazo, he pulled a step back and let him miss an end counter.
Tough round to score. The first minute belonged to Hatton. The middle minute was a spectacular session by Collazo. The last minute is belonging to Hatton. There's a good body shot by Collazo. And another big left hook upstairs. On the basis of that last left hand, maybe Luis Collazo has sealed the deal in the 12th round, but will it be enough on the cards? We'll find out. And there's drama in Boston as we wait.
I thought that at the end of the fight and the night, that first round knockdown was the difference in giving Hatton the fight.
We shall see. Collazo is up on the shoulders of his cornermen. Hatton, as you saw, climbed to the top rope in a corner, tossed his mouthpiece under the crowd.
Emmanuel, assuming Hatton wins the fight, which is assuming a lot perhaps, what do you think of his statement here with his ambitions to move into the American marketplace and make a name for himself?
Well, like Naseem Hamed, you know, I think it's going to be very rough. It's not like fighting over there. I think he was very impressive with his aggressiveness, but he starts punches out a little too far away, and these guys, smart guys, are going to take that half a step back and catch him a lot. But he's going to be a rough guy for anybody to fight. Very, very tough guy to fight.
We're going to take a look at some highlight action. This is from round 12. Luis Collazo with that brilliant straight left hand as Hatton was coming in. And a big shot there that snapped Hatton's head back. And Emmanuel Stewart, Ricky Hatton, had to hold on.
He had to hold on. It was hurt for one of the few times probably in his career.
That was moments later in the round.
Some great shots. I mean, really the type of a punch that lands, and the judges are impressed by those type punches, too.
And those were eye-catching shots, which at the moment seemed to offer the prospect of a 2-point round for Luis Collazo. But then Hatton came back and reasserted himself in the last minute of the fight. These are the identities of the judges who will be making this big decision. Paul Driscoll, age 63, Massachusetts. We looked for a notable fight to tell you about, couldn't find it. Leo Gerstel, age 58, Massachusetts. One title fight. That was in Worcester, Mass. Jose Antonio Rivera versus Alejandro Terra Garcia. 116-106 for Rivera. That was 1 week ago. Don O'Neill, by far the most veteran of the three judges, 75 years old, 24 title fights. Also scored last week in Worcester. Scored 114-107 for Rivera. when Michael Buffer prepares to make this announcement about the decision. Remember, it is Luis Collazo's title which is at stake. So, and still means Collazo. And new means Hatton. Let's go to Michael Buffer to wait for the words.
And a draw means Collazo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards. Don O'Neill scores about 115, 112. Paul Driscoll, 115, 112. Leo Gerstel, 114, 113. All to the winner by unanimous decision. And new WBA welterweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of Manchester, England, Ricky Hitman Hatton.
So far, so good on the big Hatton plan and the ongoing Ricky the Hitman bandwagon, but not without considerable difficulty and not without the emergence of another significant fighter for us to look at in the welterweight division, because Luis Collazo was close here tonight to beating Ricky Hatton.
Very close, but still we have a new, dynamic, exciting fighter now on the scene.
Let's take a look at CompuBox numbers in the fight. Total punches, and you'll see here the non-stop activity that earns Hatton the victory. 741 punches thrown, 259 landed, throws 29 more, lands 36 or 46 more, I should say, than Collazo, landing in a higher connect percentage. Power shots, the margin is bigger. Of course, Collazo was the boxer. He's the one who was from time to time effective with a jab. Hatton barely bothers with that punch, dives right past the boxing space into the brawling area. 637 power punches thrown during the fight. He lands 40% of them. Attrition, attrition, attrition. It wins again for Hatton. He's 41-0. Let's go to Larry Merchant with the winner.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Ricky. Was that a little rougher than you anticipated with Collazo coming straight to you instead of boxing you?
Yes and no. Obviously, he's coming to the fight and thought he'd be the naturally bigger man, stronger man at being a natural at welterweight. But I think his shoulder was stronger. But yeah, I did notice the difference in weight. He hit very hard. He was very, very slick. That's the first southpaw I've fought for maybe, I think it's 3 or 4 years. So, you know, a bit tricky. But I knew he was going to be that way.
Are you going to have to stay at welterweight to get the kind of fights you want?
Well, not necessarily. I think I'm still a natural like welter. I think I'm a natural junior welter, but all the big names are moving up to welterweight. But if I get offered a very good fight, a meaningful fight like Cotto or the winner of Castillo Corrales down at light welterweight, I'll go down to junior welter, you know. But you know, a lot of the big fights are at welter, so it was a good test for me getting used to this new weight.
What surprised you most about him?
Probably his power, because he was probably, you know, he's not known as a puncher, but, you know, I noticed, even though I felt stronger, you know, I noticed the difference in weight. And if I'm going to stay at welterweight, I need to grow into the weight, you know, and the first fight was a good yard mark and a good test for me. Louis can fight, you know, he's not known as maybe the likes of Mayweather and Judder and Margarito, people you would, you know at welterweight, because he's only just recently won the title, but he can fight and he'd give anyone problems, I think.
Are you saying that at some point in the fight he hurt you, particularly in a late round?
He hurt me, but, you know, there was a lot of heavy shots that went in and I felt, and I really had to, you know, cover up and be smart. But, you know, he never really, you know, made me wobble or shut me up, but he did hurt me several times, yeah.
All right, we want to take a look at the monitor, Ricky, so that we can see what happened in virtually the first 10 or 12 seconds of the fight. Describe it.
Yeah, he was just stuck in low. I've seen tapes of him, and he's very good defensively. He sways and rolls around in a ball. So I just waited him to sway around and wait while he was standing up straight before I picked the shot. But and then after that, he was a lot smarter. I think I caught him too soon, and it really sharpened him up a bit, you know.
Well, when you say you caught him too soon, did you think it was going to be an easy night's work after that?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. It's the first south. I think the last southpaw I fought was Joe Hutchison, and I think that was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You know, it's a long time, you know. So I did plenty of sparring to compensate for that.
Do you think you advanced your ambition in this fight to be taken seriously here in America as you want to be, so that you can get the big fights against the big fighters?
No, I think I was under pressure, you know, because I beat Collazo and I beat Carlos Mauser. Then I moved up, and my first fight at welterweight was against the world champion, and you know, not even Floyd Mayweather did that, you know. So I think it shows you what I'm all about. But yeah, he was a style that I've not been used to for maybe 5 years, and he was good. You know, you got to give him credit. He was better than what people give him credit for.
If he was good, you were just a little better.
Yeah, and I'll get better. I'll get better.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Jim.
All right, very quickly.
All right, I've got Luis Collazo here. Luis, tell us, was your plan just to stand up to the aggressive fighter to show that he couldn't run over you?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank God for, you know, making both of us come out healthy. And yeah, Larry, I wanted to stay there a little bit, stand my ground, because that's what he does. He comes and bullies you. But when he came inside, he will hold, and he didn't do enough to come out with the victory, Larry.
He frustrated you by the fact that he was so physical inside, including the holding.
Well, the referee should have did a little better job. I'm the champion. He's supposed to do more than what he did. The last round, the first round, he hit me. The referee said break. He came in and threw a shot. He hit me. All right, cool. The last round, I had him hurt. It should have been a 10-8 round. He didn't do nothing the last round.
Do you think that you said earlier, well, I'm going to surprise everybody, that he's overlooking me? Where did you have a sense in the fight that you've got this guy?
Well, in the beginning, once I started boxing him a little bit, and when he was coming in, I'll take a little step back and come with my 1-2-3s. He couldn't do nothing.
Were you stronger than him because he had moved up in weight?
Oh, yes. He even said it himself. At the end of the night, I had him hurt. And, well, he was holding his side. He should have did more to win this fight.
Did he ever hurt you?
No, he didn't. He kept.
What about all the body punches early on? He was scoring heavily with body punches.
It didn't do nothing to me, Larry. I'm a natural 147 pounds. He's moving up.
Thank you for an excellent fight, Louis.
Thank you, Larry.
We'll see you again. Jim?